In this video, I'm going to talk about a scenario wherein a senior leader was not on board and how I had to work with that senior leader to convince her and bring her on board to go ahead and launch my product. This was the first product that I had built, and this was the first team in several years that I was leading as a team lead. Imagine a scenario of a meeting room in which heads of multiple teams are sitting. Some of their junior representatives are also sitting in the meeting room, and some of my juniors are also present, and my manager is sitting on a call from a different location and is attending the call. Quickly into the meeting, the senior leader walks out, calling the project to be really ambitious, too risky, and that this project is not going to see the end of day, and just storms out of the meeting room. This was the first product that I was trying to build, and this was the first time I was leading a team, and I hit rock bottom. It was really embarrassing for me. Like, I totally understand that the manager had very genuine reasons as to why she thought that this was not going to be a good and it's going to be a really risky product. So that meeting was over. I couldn't save my face for that meeting because people started leaving the room. And this was just one of the initial kickoff meetings, and I didn't have much data or much analysis at my side. So, but I knew that this was a problem that had to be solved and that this product was going to be really helpful. But all that it needed was a very strong and dynamic rule engine, which at the same time is easy to tweak and update when required by the team members who are there. So I started working backwards by trying to look at the data of over 10,000 travel records that were there. This was an immigration and travel product for a technology company. So I started looking at the data of over 10,000 travel records that were available. I started building a very scrappy Excel-based model of what exactly the rule engine should be and tried flushing in my data into the model that I had developed and started checking and seeing whether the final output that I was getting was the ideal output that I ideally would have wanted to have. So slowly working on by partitioning this data into different sets, trying to test and see whether the ideal output that I was getting in all the different sets of data was the right output that was required. I started to get more confidence that, okay, fine, this totally makes sense. This is exactly the way to go about doing it. And I slowly started working with senior members of different teams, both individually and collectively, by demonstrating to them as to how the rule engine that I had built was quite foolproof and that had considered all the parameters that was required to be considered, and also went ahead and met with the senior leader, spoke to her, told her that, see, I've tested all the data that is possible. I've worked very extensively with lawyers from multiple countries. We've got a lot of immigration opinions as well. This product appears to be quite foolproof, and that even if any changes are required to be done, her team members would be able to do it without much effort and without much collaboration and interaction with the technology team. And as I was going through the process of meeting with senior leaders, one after the other, both individually and collectively, I was able to gain a lot of consensus, and we went ahead and built and launched the product. After launching the product, the efficiency of the immigration team and this particular process improved by over 50%. Like, most of the processes that were being done manually earlier got automated, and the immigration team was able to take care of the process and repeat the process that I had created for other processes that they would be needing. This project was awarded the Best Audit Award because it had the maximum impact on business. And the manager who had walked out from the meeting room, she has become one of my good mentors and has been very supportful throughout my career thereafter.